So, Eddie Howe has spoken to the media ahead of what is a massive game tomorrow night at St James's Park between Newcastle United and Everton. Of course, nobody thought Everton would be down there this season. They've changed the manager now. Frank Lampard now in charge. A couple of loan signings in the window. For us, well, the new players need to gel and need to gel quickly. But let's have a look what the boss had to say ahead of the game.
Take me home to the banks of the riverside. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best. Yes, it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the riverside.
Hi everybody, I'm Paul. Welcome back to the Toon Review YouTube channel, and of course it is press conference reaction. Eddie Howe speaks to the media this morning, and very interesting, very buoyant as usual, talking about various different things regarding injuries, new signings, etc. But this game is huge for tomorrow night. We know that because Everton find themselves down there against all odds this season. Disastrous season under Rafa. They've changed the manager now with Frank Lampard in charge. They've brought Dele Alli in. They've brought Van der Beek in from Manchester United. Whether that will change the fortunes, only time will tell. For Newcastle, well, we know Trippier came through the door. Chris Wood came through the door, but now we have Matt Targett, Dan Burn, and of course Bruno Fernandes into the team, hopefully on Tuesday, and we see a totally different Newcastle United. It's very interesting to see how we will play in the game. Will all the new signings start? Well, let's take a look at what Eddie had to say this morning. He first went on to say, I think we've definitely ended the window stronger as a squad. We were able to drip feed players into the team and not have to do it all at once. We haven't established the team, which can be a dangerous thing. So what he means there is he's not throwing all five in at once. Obviously, Kieran Trippier came in first. He's had a few games. Chris Wood's had a couple of games as well. So they're already blended into the squad setup. Now, with the likes of Targett, Dan Burn, and of course, Bruno in the middle, it changes the dynamic of the team a little bit, because certainly Bruno is a different player to what we've had in the midfield so far this season. Now, hopefully he will start. I see no reason why he won't, but hopefully he will, because you're not going to pay £40 million for a player when you're in the relegation zone, and you need him on the pitch, basically. So I would expect him to start. Now, on Bruno himself, Eddie went on to say there's always a period of adjustment. If you've already been in the Premier League, the adjustment is bigger if you come from a different league. So with Bruno, we'll have to assess him and decide how quickly we transition him into the team. He's certainly someone we love and can't wait to see him play in a Newcastle shirt. He's going to bring some great qualities to us. He has that composure and calmness I think we need in our midfield. So I'm really pleased with him. Now, take that as you will. He's not giving anything away whether Bruno will start the game or come on as substitute. Now, I've said in shows previous and in the preview show yesterday that I think maybe Bruno should start, and if he's only going to be 65, 70 minutes, then so be it. I'd rather have him on the pitch, get us a lead, and then give him a rest, rather than bring him on when we could be behind in the game and there's much more pressure heaped up on him. But I'd love to see him start. That's why we've paid the big money for this guy. I know what Eddie's trying to say about transitioning him into the team, but we know in the January transfer window, we've said many times before, the players have to come in and transition straight away. They have to be ready and up and running. The pressure is on them, there's no doubt about that. The pressure will be on Bruno, Dan Burn, Matt Targett as well. They're all going to be under pressure. But that's what these players are paid the big money for, to thrive under pressure. And hopefully Bruno is somebody who can do that, and we see him start the game. Now, on Dan Burn and Matt Targett, he went on to say, I'm really excited to see them transition into the team. They're experienced Premier League players who have both done well for their respective clubs prior to joining us. Dan has a slight toe problem, which is hopefully not too serious. So, he's got a little bit of a toe issue, Dan Burn, but I think he'll start, judging by what Eddie Howe said there. There's no real... Hopefully it's not too serious, and we get Dan Burn in the side. But the question that everybody's asking is, if Dan Burn starts, who starts alongside him? Does he start the captain Jamal Lascelles, or does he go with Fabian Schär, who was man of the match against Leeds United? For me, it's got to be Schär. He's a far better player than Jamal Lascelles, and if he's going to play Dan Burn, then it should be Schär alongside him. But a lot of people are saying that, is he going to drop the club captain? We highly doubt it. But that's what Eddie Howe is paid for, to manage the team, make these big decisions. And, he live and die by these decisions. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. He went on to say on the signings as well, nothing is done on paper, but the additions we've made, I really like. I think they have outstanding individual qualities, but also the most important thing is that they're very good people with a winning mentality. They're leaders in their own right, which is great to see because we spoke many times about, yes, there's a captain on the pitch, but everybody has to be a leader on the pitch in their own way. Trippier has already shown that many times since he's pulled on a Newcastle shirt, that he is a leader. And we need that across the back line. We need those people to be leaders. We've spoken many times that there's not enough communication between the defenders, and it leads to mistakes and it leads to goals conceded. But we can do something about that this time because we have people on that pitch who will be individual leaders and who aren't frightened to be vocal, which has been a problem all season. So I get where Eddie's coming from, and that's what really aspires Eddie to sign these players when he's looked at them and think, right, they're leaders on and off the pitch. That's what we need. Then he went on to say about Everton themselves, every new manager naturally changes the dynamic slightly and asks them to do different things. Frank will have his philosophy, which was evident against Brentford. They have a strong team, so we'll have to be at our very best to win. You look back at the Leeds game for us and you see the performance and physical effort we gave. Some of our best fitness markers of the season we hit in that match, and we're going to have to repeat that here. So again, talking about the fitness regimes of the players, remember what it was like under the previous manager. It was terrible. The players weren't fit. Callum Wilson said that he had to go and train on his own at a private gym to try and get the fitness levels up. It just simply wasn't good enough. But since Eddie Howe's come in, we've seen a massive difference. We've seen the players give 110%, really working the bollocks off. Leeds was the pinnacle, without a doubt. We saw the effort, the commitment from the players. It was all there. And that's what we need to see going forward in the Everton game. Now, he's not bigging Everton up in any, he said he's got a strong team. They have got a strong team, undoubtedly. And of course, we'll have to be at our best to win the game. But we're going to have to be at our best every single game now for the rest of the season in order to avoid relegation. So, he's saying there what is quite clearly obvious, that we need to be at our best to win these games. But the fitness levels, I'm pleased to hear Eddie say that. That the fitness levels are right up and we hit all our markers in the Leeds game. And hopefully we can do that going forward. Now on Callum Wilson, he said, as always, with these types of injuries, it's not absolutely clear. We go more on how he feels than a specific time given by physio or doctors. It's been slow progress for him. He's off crutches now and walking normally, which is a big step. Now, the one problem I've got here is that with Callum Wilson, we know what it's like. We know he's injury prone. We know that he suffers muscle injuries on a regular basis, right? Now, what Eddie's saying there is, going off what Callum says, rather than the physios or doctors. I think we've made that mistake in the past, where we've gone off what players think their fitness levels are, and it's failed them badly. Callum Wilson can say, it feels all right, but without proper medical approval, is it really right? And I understand where he's come from saying, we want to get the players' information on it, but I would rather go off the medical team and bring him back when he's absolutely ready, not when he's thinks he's ready and he go on the pitch and do a 20-yard sprint and pulls the muscle again. We know that's an issue with Callum Wilson. We know that that's an issue that has to be addressed and put right. But that's, again, that's why the physios and everybody are paid the big dollars. And finally, injury updates. He said Joe Linton is trained and is looking good, which is fantastic news. Paul Dummett hasn't trained yet, so he won't be playing against Everton, which gives me the indication that Matt Targett will start the game. Matt Ritchie is still out longer term, and Federico Fernandes hasn't trained with the group yet, but he's edging closer to that return. That's disappointing to hear about Fernandes because I thought he was actually back in full training, which clearly isn't the case yet. Matt Ritchie and Dummett, of course, the two left backs from this season. Now he does have the option with Javi Manquillo, which is great, to play left back should we need him, and we probably will need him against Villa because Villa comes at the weekend, very, very quick turnaround, and Dummett and Ritchie not available. Matt Targett can't play because he's, of course, he can't play against his parents' side. So I would assume that Javi Manquillo will start that game at left back, but only time will tell. But again, a very, very confident sounding Eddie Howe for the press conference, and that can only benefit Newcastle United, going forward. I love to hear him talk. He talks really good about what he's trying to do at Newcastle United, the transitions he's trying to make in the game and everything like that. So big up to Eddie Howe, and we'll see how it goes. If you have enjoyed the video, guys, please don't forget to hit that like button for me. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that subscription button, or at least consider it. A lot of people are coming back and watching the videos and not subscribing. It is free to do so. Please hit the subs button. And big shout out as well to the channel sponsors, Geordie Riffs, professional guitar and repair service based here in the Northeast. Give Graham and Natalie a shout with all your guitar needs. They're offering 10% off your first guitar setup, 10% off your first repair, and also your first guitar lesson free. Just say you've been sent by the Toon Review. So thank you to Geordie Riffs for the continued sponsorship of the channel. Thank you very much. Do keep an eye out for the live shows coming up this week and recorded ones. Plenty to come on the channel. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys.